morning from Wickersham Canine Ranch, beautiful Marshville, North Carolina. Today we got Bryce Patrick working with Maisie Edge on their basics reintegration lesson. The very first lesson that we're going to work with Maisie is recognition of the leash. She's going to shake it, making sure she knows she's tethered. And then we're going to start with box heel to the right. Steps off with his left and makes his pivot to the right. Good. And what we're going to do is we're going to take Maisie for 2 laps, and we're going to see a couple different things occur. First of which is a sharp 90-degree turn. It's going to put the dog in a trail position. And we're going to have an inducive aid, a cookie if you will, in our right hand. And at the conclusion of the 2 laps, we're going to rotate our hand and reward the dog. This is teaching a couple different things. Let's move into our second repetition.
Heel. Good. Leave it. Heel. Good.
And we see the puppy's got her eyes in the camera in the first turn. Through this sequence of 3, she's going to learn to stay by his side and ignore the camera. Good. We have pace. She's parallel left. Mr. Bryce is dictating the pace of the game. There's a couple things she could do when she goes home with her primary handler. And that would be to back out or to move to the signal hand. Our counter would be to continue forward. We're going to do the third and final. Again, we're parallel left. We're making a 90-degree pivot. And the puppy's learning to stay with us at all times. We're also working on a sit signal with the rotation of the right hand on the finish. Good. I like your buckle position.
Good girl, baby. Good girl. Ready? Sit.
I love the positive feedback throughout. We see the submissive tongue from the dog before she takes the cookie. We're going to shake it out and move to our next exercise. Here we are. Got a bonus footage for Maisie. She's been very, very astute at learning her obedience basics. What we're going to do post set of 3 is we're going to unclip Maisie. We're going to make the presentation through smell of the inducive aid. And then we're going to step off into our right hand box heel. Good. Heavy target sounds. Shoulders up. Looking good. And we'll take 2 revolutions.
Good girl, Maisie. Good girl.
In the same exact way that she's seen it before. Note that the handle has the lead in hand. This can be done inside, and especially in a fenced-in area in the backyard.
Maisie, sit. Good girl.
We reward the dog. We flip her back in. And then we go total butt rub and love her up. Good job, good job, good job, good job. So we have Maisie assembled. We're going to work on our second exercise, which is the box heel to the left. We're going to step off with the left and a target sound, and we make our 90-degree pivot. This is going to help us work with pace. And it's going to rank order our pack nice and subtly. See that bump? That's actually our physical correction. There's the second one. She's moved her flues into the handler, and she's actually talking to him right now.
Maisie, sit. Good girl.
Very happy to work. Good girl.
Good girl.
We'll work her second one. Nice pivot. Nice step off, and another pivot. Love that. Target sound. Getting flues on the handler. Flues on the handler. We love that. Good girl. Excellent. So this particular dog has really excelled and has begun to assemble on her own when we begin our sessions every morning.
Maisie, sit. Good girl.
She's got a really strong bond with Mr. Bryce as well. All right, third and final. Love the left step.
Good.
And then the pivot. She likes your target sound. Oh, she loves your target sound.
Good.
So this is going to help us again establish the intersection of don't cross and don't forge. Everything that we do in systems of work is built off of motion. And we use inductive hand signals to finish the dog. Good job. Love you pivot inward. So let's move on to the third exercise. Now through. All right, so we've assembled. We're going to work our obedience basics too. We're going to try to take a test lap with the left hand box heel. So we're going to unclip our puppy. We're going to make the inducive aid known, i.e. the cookie. We're going to step off and turn. Nice pivot. See how he kept moving? That's how he saved it. Good. We'll make our turn.
Good girl.
She did not break his stride. If she breaks his stride, it will be lost. Submissive lick.
Good girl.
And compliance. Clip her in. And so just by seeing that and working it out of about a 20-year career, what we could say is the dog needs a little bit more obedience basics reintegrated into the home. We're going to install a down while healing on our second session. Let's move to our friends leave heel and see how her recall looks. Set up. So we're working into the third exercise, which is friends leave heel. There's your comprehension yawn out of Maisie. Nice pivot on the stay out of the handler, and he's just talking to her silently with body language. We take out an inducive cookie. We have a friend and the primary handler with the dog. On your cadence, we'll begin.
Maisie, friends.
We bowls her forward. On the cue, friends, as I make myself accessible, she gets cookie and touch. We train the dog to come back to you away from cookie and touch.
Leave it, heel.
With a one-piece recall,
Sit. Good
back
girl.
to the finished position.
Good girl.
See the dog, how excited she is. Let's
Maisie.
work her set of 3.
Friends.
Love your high tone. Love it. Over time, there'll be more touch, and you'll start to see the dog go parallel
Leave it.
and keep an eye on the handler at all times.
Good girl.
Good girl. Love
Good
it.
girl.
That's sweet. Love it.
Good girl.
2 more. 2 more. Excuse me. 1 more.
Maisie, friends.
Bowls with the left body language. We receive the dog. We get our touch on. Again, eventually, she's going to stop spinning and she'll start to look at the handler at all times.
Leave it.
There's your
heel.
conditioned behavior.
Good. Maisie, sit.
Back to the
Good
finished
girl.
position. And the reason why we do exercise 1 and 2 as a precursor to 3. Submissive lick out of the dog. Awesome set. Let's move on. So on number 3, we're going to run the same exact exercise as basics in the same manner with a clip and unclip formal. We make the inducive aid known.
Maisie, friends.
We friend her out. In the same way, I'm going to slow her down with acquisition. Good. Impediment. Good. I'm going to love her up. And then you'll call her away from
Maisie, leave it. Heel.
cookie and touch.
Good girl.
Good.
Good girl.
Nice.
Good
We
girl.
reward. We clip in. And most importantly, we're going to shake out on the release. With all through.
All through. Good. girl.
Good. And then we're going to keep the dog from going to the friend at that point. Set's not over. Set's not over. Good girl. So we're going to some way set an edge. Good. Now step in front of the dog. She talks in return. We unclip the dog and we run a second rep. Ooh, there's my girl. Ooh, I want to over this way. Good. Move her out. Good. I'm going to frame out Cookie. I'm going to touch the puppy. And he's going to call away from food
Maisie.
touch.
Leave it. Heel. Maisie, leave it. Heel.
Good.
Maisie, leave it. Heel.
So she's
Maisie.
talking over here, right?
Good.
No success. I love how you are all patient. Good, no worries. Formal clip in. See how she wants to dictate the pace of the game? We're just taking an evaluation. Post basics, leash skills, seeing if the dog has the ability to be an off-leash worker. All right? So when he shakes out the leash, he's telling that dog, do not move forward. All right? That's very important. He sets his edge with Miss Maisie, and then we're going to run the rep.
Maisie, friends.
Good. Now watch what happens. I still have got a second cookie that I'm framing with touch. The elapsed time, the dog is going to remember that she doesn't get it.
Leave it. Heel.
Nice and loud.
Maisie, leave it. Heel.
Good. We get the positive and the recall. No worries. There's a little bit of install, but she's pretty dang good.
Good job.
All right, third and final.
Good. Maisie, friends.
Ooh, wait, there's my girl. You're going to see if she jumps? Of course she doesn't jump. Good job.
Maisie, leave it.
It's all about elapsed time within the set. Good job, y'all. Let's move on. Woohoo!
Good girl. Good girl.
Good. So here we are, we're working on lesson 4. We're going to do a location downstay. If you would, Mr. Bryce.
Maisie, place. Good. Good. Good girl.
So what we've done is we've prepared a point and snap indicator with a series of signals for sit and down and stay. And then we have displaced ourselves from the dog. And then the most important thing is that we give the stay signal before we're seated and then shortly thereafter. Front side, back side, we go to about 10 to 12 seconds. We return to our puppy and we get one in the positive column with a good release.
All through. Good girl. Good girl. Good job.
So we love it up. And then we're going to move right into our second repetition. Only differentiation this time.
Place. Good.
Good, I see. Good. Let's go.
Place.
Good, there's no mystery what we're doing. That's good.
Good.
His objective is to separate from the dog. Good. The dog acquires the other skills along the way. Front side, back side signal. Dog sniffs, says she's not paying attention, then squares the head. Looking good. So at this point, we're ready to introduce some distraction. What we want is a front side signal, a split with a helper or a family member, and then another split with a backside signal. If she gets up at that point, that's where we would redirect with a no and get her to do it again. If she can handle that on the split, then we can shrink the amount of time that we work on a location downstay, and the better off we'll be in the training experience. We return. Love your overlay on your signal.
Good girl.
Sweet baby, yeah. Sweet baby, yeah. Y'all relax, everybody. Let's go. All right, so I want to move into the third one.
Good girl. Good. Good girl.
Excellent.
Good job.
All right, good. That's right, young puppy. I'm going to add the split with the backside signal. And then at that point, we're ready to go duration on the third repetition with some distraction. Good. And we would go at about 3 minutes on this one. And at that point, the dog's ready to go off lead if she does a break on the food presentation or the split. Good job, young man. Dog looks good. Return, we always release and celebrate, and post touch the dog a little. All right, let's show off her skills. Knowledge. Woo, that's good. All right. Woo, we missed it. So the ball stable, you gotta have stay in. Good job. Edge. Good job. Go backside. And good. Keep in mind, this dog is not seeing this configuration or a pause table. Good job. Good job.